Yo, people, welcome back to the channel and live again. And it's another edition of this No Skips Alone, but this time we're talking about a team that's in disarray, a club that's in disarray right now, Tottenham Hotspur. They recently sacked Antonio Conte, um, and I don't know what's gonna happen with them, especially who are they going to get in? Are they going to get in a big manager, um, like I don't know, an Nagelsmann, maybe a Poch, I don't know, but we'll talk a bit into that later. But I got Spurs fan TJ here with me. How are you?
I'm okay, man. Thank you for having me on again. Tottenham. Speaking about Tottenham,
It's not so easy. It's not an easy subject,
yeah,
but
100%.
um, I'm also a bit the South. You have yourself a Chelsea fan. Yeah, keep smashing that like button. That would be amazing. Recent streams, you guys have been showing the love. Few of the recent streams getting 10 or just over 10 likes, so that's brilliant. Keep doing that. And I think let's start. Um, um, so yeah, I think let's start. Club captain for you guys, Hugo Lloris.
Hugo Lloris. I call him Slippery Fingers. um, was listen, he's been a brilliant servant for Tottenham. In fact, over the last over the last 5, 8 years, he's been at our club. But it's time for us to move on. I think it's best for us to move on. Um, his age is a factor, and with a rebuild in place, we need a better goalkeeper. So that is definitely sell.
So fair enough. I'm just going to get up your squad list. I know who's the players. Next is guy that's really very highly rated, I believe, amongst your fan base. Oliver Skip.
Oliver Skip, the Oliver Twist, the guy that is one of our own. Look, he suffered a big injury. Panning back about a year ago under Mourinho, he was gaining a lot of form and gaining a lot of first team appearances. I feel like a rebuild has to happen, but I want Oliver Skip to be a part of that rebuild, in my opinion. But with the players that we have in terms of Bentancur, Højbjerg, Papasa, even Basuma, all of them players, in my opinion, are Tottenham fans are going to think I'm deluded, are better than him. You know, his current level, in my opinion, is the same level as Harry Winks. So I still want to give him a chance. I think the best move for him would potentially be a loan. For him to gain a lot of experience, in my opinion. I don't want to get rid of him. He's one of our own, and who knows what he can offer us in the next 5 months. Whoever the manager is going to be, even if it's going to be Poch, Nagelsmann, any type of manager that has long-term goals will want Oliver Skip in their team. He's such a young, up-and-coming lad. It's just a shame that the Tottenham squad is not at that level, and we have to rely on youngsters. So loan for Oliver Skip.
Clone for Oliver Skip. Fair enough, I can see that. Next, we're going over to one player that's been probably one of the best midfielders since he joined your club, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg.
See, you're gonna say probably one of the best midfielders that have joined our club. I would say he's been one of the best, one of a good performance, but the way Tottenham's been playing, everybody's been poor. But obviously, you have to keep him because really and truly, the levels of Højbjerg, Bentancur, Skip, and obviously Papa Sarr, he's one of our top midfielders. So it's going to have to be keep.
Key.
Until we find a replacement, keep.
First
But
player
that's
to
not
go
saying that
into,
much.
so first player to go into keep is Pierre-Emerick Højbjerg. And now this player I believe Tottenham fans are very fond of. They love him. Davidson Sanchez.
This guy, we got scammed. We bought him for over 35 million. I think it come up to like 40 million, 40,
From
42
who? From
million
who did you buy him?
when we ended up buying him.
From where did you
He's
get him?
he is he is poor. He lacks composure. He was meant to be the replacement for Vertonghen. When Vertonghen was getting old, he was meant to slip in and undershadow Vertonghen. He needs to go out. Like, he needs to go far away. Sell immediately. He's not good enough. He's not good enough for the Prem. He's not even good enough for the championship level, you know? And his quality, very poor, very poor, very
Fair,
poor.
fair enough. Fair enough. You got him from. Where did you get him from?
Who knows? But we got scammed. Who
uh,
knows? Who knows? We got him from favelas or some sort. We got him from a team that is unknown. They done a fast move on us.
Next is a player that had a bit of a form recently, especially this season. Youngman Son. Is it time to move on? Is it time to let him rest?
See, I've had this question from a lot of fans that are outside of Tottenham. Son, brilliant player, one of the best midfielders. And last 5 years. Let's be totally honest here. Good wingers. He's good winger. This year he hasn't been performing. Maybe a change of some scenery would be good for him. But see, for me, I can't. I won't be able to sell him yet. I think one bad season doesn't result on selling a player. So it's going to have to be a keep. But for me, if the next year is as bad as this year, we can have another conversation and I'm going to put him in the cell because it's time for a rebuild. It's time for a shuffle up. And you're going to be surprised to find out how many people are on sale in this video.
Next player, you spent a lot of money on him the summer transfer window. Well, yeah, summer transfer window. Richarlison.
50 million. Some people are going to say it's a flop. I feel like we haven't been playing him in the position that he truly thrives in because Kane's in that position, he's automatically pushed to the left, pushed to the right, and it's not fair on him. But 50 million is a big price, and when you look at the money spent on a backup striker, left winger, whatever you want to call him, you expect more. But is it too soon to say sell? I honestly think it's too soon to sell. See now, it's going to definitely be keep. it just depends on the next manager again. So, see, for a manager that's coming in with a long-term project, maybe Richarlison's going to be the perfect person for him. Can play off the
Yeah,
bench, can obviously play in air. He plays in three different positions. Offers a lot of alternative options. Now, when Tottenham went in for Richarlison, I honestly I knew he wasn't going to be a star. That wasn't the plan. The plan wasn't for Richarlison to start. The plan was
plan was
for
backup for
Richarlison
Kane.
to be a rotational player, right?
Yeah,
So in my defense, with what we're getting out of him so far, it's bench worthy, really. You know, and the way the
true.
whole team is playing, I can't just pinpoint our performances based on Richarlison not scoring, based on a lack of confidence as well. Because think about it, he's lacking confidence. So it's gonna just have to be a keep.
Keep no, I think too. Like one season you can't get rid of him. But it again, like I said, it all depends on the manager. If the manager says, "Well, I don't want him. I don't want him. Get him out," then it's gonna have to be that way. But yeah. Evening champs, we have yourself. Oh, so yeah, next player. It's been linked away this summer, for the summer to go away from you guys. Harry Kane, as person to call him.
Harry Kane. Now this is the plot twist. I'll tell you right now where I want him. It's gonna be sell, and I'm gonna justify why I'm gonna put it on sell. Very good servant. He's been at our club for a very long time. He's world class. I don't care what anybody says. He scores the goals. He assists the goals. He deserves a better team. Now we need to rebuild our team. That means strikers, midfielders, defenders. And I don't think Kane's going to be there for the rebuild, in my opinion. I think we have to move on. I think with a player like Kane leaving Tottenham, it's going to help other players stand up. It's going to help our future because we rely on Kane, and Kane's not droppable. He's going to play every single game. But is it going to help us rebuild in the long run? No. Look at his age. He's nearly 31, yeah, or 31 or something like that. Um, Age is against him as well, and his ambition is to win trophies. I do generally think he's going to want to win trophies. All-time goal scorer. You look at all the top level strikers. All of them have one thing in common: they all win trophies.
Yeah,
Now we're going to have a rebuild, and see, I'm not even going to talk about trophies, but it's not going to be next year or the year after. We're gonna struggle for the next 3-4 years. Obviously, Kane. There's nothing that Kane has done for me to put him in sell. I just believe he deserves a step up, and we need to learn to play without Kane. We need to learn to rely without Kane. Yeah, Kane is brilliant, but if one player is what makes Tottenham, there's something wrong with Tottenham. In my
yeah,
opinion,
agree.
and this goes to any Spurs fan that's watching this is going to think I'm deluded for putting Kane on the sell. But in my opinion, the badge on the front is more important than the name on the back. So, Kane, world class, top goal scorer, done a lot for us. One of our
Yeah,
own.
agree, agree.
One
But
of our own. But
that
is the
that's what
one
I
of
want to
our
mention.
own important for us long run? No. There's going to be many other players that are going to find their stride. Maybe it takes for someone like Kane to leave, for a player like Richarlison to step up. Maybe it takes a player like Kane to leave for someone like Dean Scarlett to step up, Troy Parrott to step up. I'm not saying they're striker worthy, but my point is this: Kane is not bigger than Tottenham. Tottenham's bigger than Kane, and we have to move like a rebuild. We need a fresh rebuild, and for the years that he's performed, we've had memories of Kane. He's been a top. He's a top. Nobody can argue this point. He's the best striker to ever walk Premier League history, in my opinion. What he's done in the Prem with a team like Tottenham, ridiculous. Yes, you're gonna say he hasn't won the trophies and he hasn't got that in his category. But when you look at what he's done for Tottenham, you're gonna realise Kane is world class.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I agree with you there. And I think if he gets maybe 2 or 3 Premier League trophies, then is is up there. Especially with all the goals. Um, so yeah, be up yourself, Nippon. Yeah, like I said, Spurs haven't only this one. But yeah, I get where you're coming from for Kane. But next is it's a play that is it's uncertain. Emerson Royale.
Okay, so
So
it's not even uncertain. Yes, he's been performing well recently. Credit where credit's due, but he's not at the level we need. We've gone from Kyle Walker, Trippier to Emerson Royale. That's the level we need. Emerson Royale is not the level we need. Regardless if he has had good performances, he's not good enough. He's not going to be good like Kyle Walker, and he's not going to be good like Trippier. So that's the standard.
yeah, fair enough. Uh, who's next? Even no, that's a Perisic. Is that Perisic? Yes, even Perisic is next.
Even Perisic, he's going to have to go as well. Age, um,
Are you going to have a squad over you? You only got 3 players that you going to keep.
well,
It's
you
only
listen, you're going to have to
have
have
a
a bigger
squad.
category for sell. Yeah,
It's not.
even Perisic, the ages against him. I think he's 32 or 31. One of them ages. Struggles, struggles defensively. Got a good technique when it comes down to corners, free kicks, but going forward, like I said, we need a bit rebuild, and Perisic is not the level that we need. You know, it's sad that I say that, but it's the honest truth.
Yeah, yeah, no, I agree. Um, Next is Eric Dyer.
ISL, he's been awful. 8 years ago, he was rubbish. Now he's rubbish. The same thing, you know. We're just
Yeah,
keeping these players in our squad for the benefits of their wages. Let's be totally honest with you. They're not good enough.
yeah,
Derek Dyer, it's time for him to go. It's time for him to actually leave and move on. In my opinion, if we're starting with Eric Dyer next year, there's no hope. There's no moving forward. Problem is we don't move forward, we just move backwards. You know,
yeah. Sorry, sorry to interrupt you there. Um, Spain are 2-0 down to Scotland. 2-0 down. Scott McTominay has scored both goals. I'm
2 nil
baffled.
down. Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, sorry to interrupt you. Then Juma. Do you get him on a
It's
permanent?
it's, it's difficult, with
Yeah,
Danjuma
this
because
is a difficult one because
because
it depends
look,
again.
I'm not gonna. I won't judge him for coming to Spurs, but I can judge him from where he's come from and how he's performed and all of this. Is he Premier League ready? No. But for me, I don't know. I don't know. This one is a really weird one. Very weird one. He's not a Tottenham starter, and I don't think he will ever be a Tottenham starter. But a squad player, maybe. So I'm putting him in keep just for the basis of we haven't seen much of him. And I'm not going to judge his quality past Tottenham because he hasn't shown us what he's capable of at Tottenham.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I get you. And you, he, and he hasn't really played for you guys. Like played
Exactly.
four matches, something like that. Next player I also think is probably going to keep Christian Romero.
Romero, see, before I put him in this category, it's obviously going to be keep, but
Yeah,
he needs to really work on his temperament and he needs to
yeah,
work on his short fuse. There's he has a really bad problem, and this problem is going to cause him from being a really good player to not a good player. Fouling is an issue. Drawing yellow cards is a massive issue with Romero. Until he sorts that out, that's what makes a player a good player to a player a great player. Really and truly, he has the fundamentals to be amazing. If he buckles down under the new coach or whoever is going to take over Tottenham. Obviously we've got Stellini and Ryan Mason as caretaker managers, right? So they know him. They've been working with him. So ideally, this is a big issue. Romero needs to learn when to tackle, when not to tackle, when to negotiate, when not to negotiate. I had a similar conversation to an Arsenal fan. They said Romero reminded him of Granit Xhaka about 2 seasons ago. Always would get a yellow card. Always ready to fight. Yes, passion is what you need in a player, but too much passion can ruin you. If you're just getting red cards out of the blue, it's not good enough. But it's obviously going to be keep.
yeah, obviously. Okay. Next is Ryan Sessegnon.
Sessignon, sell, not good enough.
Yeah,
Riddled with injuries, injury prone. We bought him in the aspect of him flying and like what he was doing at Fulham. That's what we brought him for.
yeah,
He's been at our club for about 4 years now. We haven't seen none of it. I can't sit and wait for someone to flourish. Right now we're in critical times. We're having a rebuild, and a rebuild is without you. Thank you for your service. It's time to move on, in my opinion.
yeah. Next player, Fraser Forster.
See, this is a weird one now, because
Yeah, because you're selling
look,
Lloris.
look, he's been one of our best performers since Loris got that injury. A few mistakes, a few mistakes, but you can kind of like write off that he's a second fiddle, right? But if you're saying Fraser Foster to be a starter, I will put him in sell. If you're saying Fraser Foster to be a second choice goalkeeper, I'll put him in keep. So I'm going to lead to sell, obviously.
Okay.
But, however, if you're going to say a second fiddle, I'll say keep.
Okay. Fair enough. If I get where you're coming from, you don't want him to be. I think you guys should keep him.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. He hasn't
Can,
made a.
can I
He,
put, can I make the executive decision and put him in keep?
go for it. Yeah, no, no, go for it. Go for it.
Uh,
I know. I would happily agree with you. He's
Yeah,
been amazing. But
keep him as
if
rotational.
it's the starter, I wouldn't
No,
want
yeah,
to
no.
keep that. You know,
I agree on him, but you can't like one season in, he hasn't done really anything bad.
100%. Yeah, totally agree with you.
Uh, it's hard to say so. Next player is Dej. No, Kulusevski. Is it Deja?
Kulusevski is going to obviously be in keep, but
Yeah,
he needs to gain confidence again. Confidence is a key factor. Before he got that injury, he was flying with confidence. So hopefully, the injury that he suffered, and it was a really terrific injury, he can overcome it. But he's our future, to be honest with you. Lovely lad, really good on the ball, good dribble moves, good left foot. There's nothing I can complain about him. He just really needs to build his confidence up and start being the player that I saw 6, 7 months ago.
yeah. Pedro Porro.
Pedro Porro, keep. Um, so he's recently just come in for the last 4 performances, 5 performances. He's been solid. Obviously he's our future in my opinion. He's got the levels to grow even further. Is he Kyle Walker's replacement? I'm not too sure yet. We still need to give him time. We still can't just jump the gun and just say, "Oh, he's Kyle Walker's replacement." We don't know this yet. It takes time for a player to adjust. And what, 5 months? What, 4 months? In fact, 4 months from the January transfer window. It's too fast to judge. But if he carries on performing the way he's performing, who knows? Sky's the limit. That's what they say.
Yeah, I know you need to go soon, so just quickly do quickly. Then just say where they should go. I believe the next one is Tanganga.
That's a sell. Sell,
Yeah.
sell all the time. Not good enough. Not good enough.
Lucas Mora.
That is a sell. Obviously, he's going anyway. Um, he obviously thrived during the Champions League. That's the only thing he's really done to accomplish himself. Champions League against Ajax, one of the best memories as a Tottenham fan. All Tottenham fans had. Last minute goal. That was this. That was when I realised, oof, the best moments. I'm not sure. Did you watch that game?
No, no, no. I don't watch that game.
Well, it, too bad. You should have watched it. We were 2-0 down, and Lucas Moura came to save us. You know,
Yeah, definitely. The Saw guy.
Papa Sarr.
Um,
Papa
yeah,
Sarr is going to be on the keep list. I'm actually a really big fan of him. This is even past Tottenham. I've seen him play. He's got a lot under his plate. We need to start starting him more. He offers something different to our midfield too. And yeah, hopefully he can thrive.
yeah. Rodrigo Bentancur.
Bentancur, bad injury, very bad injury, career-ending injury, ACL. Now he's out for a long, long time. Am I gonna just say sell? No, it's gonna obviously be a keep, but maybe we record this in a year's time, and I might say sell because ACLs are career-ending injuries. So can he
Yeah,
recover from it? That's the That's the question, and that's the problem we're gonna face in the next 4 or 5 years.
yeah. Ben Davies.
Sell. not good enough. Good squad player, I would say, but we need to move on from these players. These players have been in our club, at our club for a very long time. They haven't improved us. They've made us worse. And our new, young, fresh and up and coming players like Papa Sarr, Oliver Skip, even Dane Scarlett, all the youngsters are looking at these players like Dyer, Ben Davis. So we need to wipe these players out. We need to just start again. So that's undersell for me.
So I'm just going to check what players. Um, who's the next player?
Long leg, long leg,
Is it okay? Long
long leg,
lay.
long leg.
Mm,
I also call him long leg. No legs, side legs, open legs, terrible legs. He is sell. Barcelona doesn't want him, so we don't want him. That's the rule. He is absolutely look.
rubbish.
He he lacks composure for me personally. When I've watched him, he makes he look. He's really slow as well. That's the problem. And in the Premier, it's really fast paced. He gets exposed totally. So that's sell for me. Sell.
Yeah, definitely. If Basuma,
Basuma is going to be keep. See, it's a shame. This we bought him with high expectations, and then he got injury, and he hasn't met them requirements. Maybe it's because of the way Conte was playing, but at Brighton we saw him thrive. He looked like the player. He looked like one of the best midfielders in the Prem. We bought him for what? Pennies, 25 million.
yeah, I was
When
jealous.
yeah, very very cheap, very cheap. So hopefully he can find his form with the next manager, whoever the next manager is. I hope he can be the player that we want him to be. You know, it's going to be a shame if he doesn't if it doesn't work at Tottenham.
Just to confirm, you have now full starting 11. Got
Sorry,
full
say
start. You
sorry,
got
say that
11
again.
players in keep. Got
Yep.
11 players in keep. So at least you have a starting 11 for next season.
Yeah, 100%.
Who's next?
Austin,
Brandon Austin.
Brandon Austin. Look, we look. I've been saying this to Spurs fans for so long. Have you seen this brother play? He's been at our club for nearly 6-7 years, and I haven't seen him play once. So for me, it's time for you to sell.
Fair enough. No, I haven't seen him play.
Exactly.
Has he even made a cap for you guys or not?
He has done like friendlies and like played in friendlies, but first team appearances, and of what I'm aware of, no.
Yeah, he was named 13 times on the bench in the 21-22 season and made his first team debut in a friendly.
Yeah,
So yeah.
yeah.
Next is
Whiteman
Whiteman.
again.
So
Again, I think he's even older than Austin now. He's like 25, maybe 26. Um, that's on the sell again. We haven't seen much of him, and it begs to differ. We need a goalkeeper, and you're not using your young up and coming talent. Maybe
yeah,
goalkeepers get it hard done by as well. You know, maybe it's a case of goalkeepers are just, I don't know. In fact, you know, I did see a cameo of the under 23s. They did let in a couple of goals, but who knows? Maybe I'm just being too harsh. I don't know.
yeah. So next is Joe Regulon on
Regulon,
the
see, this is a shame, man. This is really a shame. I would keep him. So look, so I would keep him. I think he got hard done by going away. He Conte just didn't like what he saw, and I think there's a player in him. So I would keep him. To be honest with you,
Fair enough.
um, just begs to differ. His loan spell wasn't really good. So is he going to come back with the attitude of trying to get back into the first team? Who knows? But for me, I would keep him.
Yeah, I was right to him.
Mhm.
Next
Harry Winksell.
is Harry Winks.
Harry Winky Winky, I call him. Harry Winky Winky. He's got the small winky.
So,
So, not good enough. Look, he's one of the midfielders that perform mediocre. Not good, not bad, but just mediocre. So,
yeah.
sell.
Brian Gill on
Brian
loan.
Gill, I will actually loan him. He's already on loan. I'll loan him again. I feel like
Nice.
there's a player in him. It's just Tottenham
Needs
seems
development.
to can't access that player.
Mm. Not fair enough. Giovanni Lo Celso.
The Celso, weirdly, I would keep. Only for the reason being, not, and this is just my honest opinion, we need midfielders right now. We've got Bentancur injured. We're left with Hoiberg, Papa Sarr, and Oliver Skip. So he's gonna offer us another option. Whether he wants to come back, makes the differ.
Joe Rodon.
That's a sell, man. I'm sorry, man. Didn't work out at Tottenham. Lacks experience. Not good enough.
Jade Spence.
Jed Spence, see, this is the problem. I don't know what his level is like. He never played a single game. But I would put him on loan because it seems to me that he needs more experience. Best way to find out his experience is put him on loan him out to a Prem team. If it's West Ham, it has to be West Ham. Fulham, Southampton. If Southampton stays up, it's one of them teams. Even Newcastle, I wouldn't mind him going there. But we need to see more from him.
Yeah. Okay. I've made a mistake. I've added Joe Rodon
Yeah,
twice.
Road
Um,
and the Bele sell. We
why
got
not?
bumped. That guy,
Come on,
so he is not good enough. He
okay,
is not
man.
good enough. Honestly, he's not Prem proven. He looked lazy. He just is not the Tottenham DNA. Lacks the passion. He needs to go.
Yeah, true. Harvey White.
Harvey White, loan. I have a lot of hope for Harvey White. Remember, I said this year, just keep an eye out on Harvey White. He is absolutely a baller. I will tell you straight. Just needs a bit more experience, and you next 4 years. Remember that name, Harvey White, and
Decent.
Adoji, keep high prospect. I really want to see him on the pitch next season for us. For me, he's got everything to look. Where I've just put like half of our team on sale. We need left back, Adoji and Regalon. Who knows, man? That could be the dynamic duo. I don't know, but really and truly, we just need a whole rebuild. We need a factory reset. The quicker we do it, the better it is for us.
So you've kept 14 players. That's good.
Yeah,
You
man.
will you will have a starting 11 at least. And a bit of bench. But yeah,
Yeah,
no, really appreciate it. And
thank you, man.
like you said, I agree on much what you have said. And yeah, it's going to be interesting. But before I let you go, um, your manager choice.
Manager choice. See, everybody's on this Nagelsmann. For me, no. For me right now, I don't want Nagelsmann. I probably want Poch more because he's worked with this squad. Working with a squad and knowing your players is better than getting a fresh manager because they're gonna just have to bring in their ideal assets. I want Poch, in my opinion. I think Poch is the best manager to fix this problem that we have at Spurs. We sacked him in at the wrong time. I was against the sacking. We just come from the Champions League final. Imagine that. So for me, Poch. But if we do get Nagelsmann, it'll be interesting, to be honest with you. He's a world-class manager. But how many world-class managers can Tottenham have? Mourinho, Conte, now Nagelsmann. Are we actually killing managers? Another one bites the dust. That's what someone said to me. And it just seems like it's all true.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. Again, I don't know who else is out there. But I don't think you guys. If you guys want a project manager, then Poch. But yeah, I don't know really on Poch, and but he is a Tottenham manager. Very non-trophy wise, doesn't want trophies much. Good for rebuild, but after that rebuild is done, then you need someone that's going to win your trophies. I don't think it's the manager that's gonna win your trophies. Um. So yeah, but I'm going to let you go. I kept you a bit longer. But yeah, just that your socials, where can people find you?
Spursy Talks. Usually do a show on HOTSPUR TV. But Spursy Talks is my YouTube. If you want to go and subscribe to me, be highly appreciated, man. And you lot like this video, subscribe. Thank you for letting me on as well. You know, we never get these opportunities as well. You know, to content create with other people. Hardworking person, man. But yeah, Spursy Talks, and then obviously social media is Zero TJ as well.
Yeah, yourself. Yeah. Your channel link is in the title, so people go to his channel. Subscribe to his channel. That'd be much appreciated. And yeah, like I said, please like the video, subscribe, click that bell for notifications. You guys can follow me on Instagram, Hanu_coach_corner, Twitter, as it says down there below, and TikTok, follow the new TikTok page, Coach Corner 1. That very much appreciated. And yeah, I'll see you in a bit, people. Peace.